I'm standing inside what most people would call a giant metal warehouse. But here's the thing. My heart rate just dropped 8%. I can hear birds from the garden that's literally growing through the floor. And that wall behind me? It disappears completely when I want it to. If you've ever walked into a Barndominium and thought it feels like working in a Home Depot, you need to hear this. Because in 2026, we've figured out how to turn that cold metal box into what designers are calling a living sanctuary. And the science behind why this matters is going to blow your mind. Stay with me, because I'm about to show you the exact strategies that transformed Barndominiums from echoey steel boxes into spaces that actually make you healthier. And I'm breaking down real builds with real costs so you can steal these ideas for your own project. But before we dive in, if you're serious about building or designing a Barndominium that doesn't feel like you're living in an airplane hangar, hit that subscribe button right now. I drop detailed breakdowns like this every week, and trust me, you'll want to catch the next one where I reveal the biggest mistakes people make with Barndominium lighting that kill the entire vibe. All right, let's fix this warehouse problem. Why standard Barndominiums feel cold. Let's be brutally honest about the elephant in the room. Standard Barndominiums have a massive problem, and it's not just aesthetic. When you walk into most metal building homes, you immediately feel it. The echo when you talk, the visual harshness of exposed steel beams against white drywall, the dark, cave-like center of the floor plan because the only windows are on the end walls, the temperature swings from freezing near the metal to overheated in the middle. It literally feels like you're living inside a storage unit, and your body knows it. Here's what's actually happening. Your nervous system is designed to recognize and respond to natural environments. When you're surrounded by flat surfaces, hard materials, artificial lighting, and no connection to the outside world, your stress hormones stay elevated. Studies from 2024 show that people living in highly industrialized spaces without natural elements have cortisol levels 12% higher than those in biophilic environments. That means you're literally more stressed just by being in a standard Barndominium. The second problem is sensory deprivation. Barndominiums are often built with minimal windows to save costs and maintain structural integrity. This creates what architects call a spatial disconnect, where you lose track of time, weather, and seasons. You wake up, you have no idea if it's sunny or stormy outside. You're cut off. And your brain hates that because humans evolved to be deeply connected to natural rhythms. The third issue is acoustic harshness. Metal and concrete reflect sound. Every footstep, every conversation, every dish clinking echoes. This creates what's called auditory fatigue, where your brain is constantly processing reverberating noise, leading to headaches and irritability. But here's the game changer. Biophilic design isn't about slapping some potted plants on a windowsill and calling it nature. It's an evidence-based architectural strategy that uses 6 core principles to rewire how your body responds to your living space. And when you apply these to a Barndominium, you transform it from a metal box into what I call a living structure. Let me show you exactly how. Breaking the big box with light. The first principle is visual connection to nature. And this is where most Barndominium builders completely miss the mark. Standard builds put small windows on the end walls and call it done. But biophilic design flips this entirely. Gable end glazing is the secret weapon. Instead of a traditional metal end wall, you replace the entire gable end with a massive glass wall. I'm talking floor-to-ceiling, wall-to-wall glass that frames the horizon like a living painting. This does 3 things simultaneously. First, it floods the interior with natural light, eliminating that dark cave feeling. Second, it creates what researchers call a borrowed landscape, where the outdoor environment becomes part of your interior space visually. Third, it gives you a constant connection to weather, time of day, and seasonal changes. Real example. A 40 by 60 Barndominium in Montana replaced their north gable end with a 30-foot wide by 16-foot tall glass wall facing mountain views. Cost was $18,000 for the glazing system, but it eliminated the need for artificial lighting in the main living area for 9 hours a day. The owners reported better sleep quality within 2 weeks because their circadian rhythms realigned to natural light cycles. The sun-drenched floor plan is principle 2. Most people design barndominium layouts based on convenience, but biophilic design organizes spaces based on solar path. You place high-traffic areas like the kitchen, dining room, and primary living spaces where they'll receive maximum natural light throughout the day. Morning sun hits the kitchen. Afternoon sun warms the living room. This isn't just about brightness, it's about syncing your daily activities with natural light to regulate melatonin production and improve mood. The cupola hack is something traditional barn builders knew, but modern constructors forgot. Original barns used cupolas for ventilation, but in a biophilic barndominium, they become light cannons. A properly positioned cupola, with glazing on all 4 sides, acts like a natural skylight that follows the sun's movement, channeling light deep into the center of your floor plan where it would otherwise be dark. A 4x4-foot cupola costs around $3,200 to $4,500 installed, but can illuminate up to 800 square feet of interior space. Here's the retention factor. Spaces with dynamic natural light have been proven to increase focus and reduce eye strain by 51% compared to static artificial lighting. That means if you work from home, this isn't just pretty, it's making you more productive. All right, principle 3 is tactile connection, and this is where you fix the cold metal problem without getting rid of the metal. Steel and concrete are incredible structural materials, but they're psychologically harsh. The human brain craves texture, warmth, and variation. So biophilic design uses contrasting materials strategically. Reclaimed wood beams are the most powerful tool. When you install rough-sawn or reclaimed timber beams against your steel frame, you're creating a visual and tactile contrast that your brain interprets as natural and safe. A 2025 study from the University of British Columbia found that people in rooms with visible wood elements had 13% lower heart rates and reported feeling more relaxed than those in all metal spaces. Real cost breakdown? Reclaimed beams run $8 to $15 per linear foot, depending on size and finish. For a 40 by 60 barndominium, adding 8 decorative beams at 30 feet each costs around $1,900 to $3,600. But the perceived value increase is massive. Homes with natural wood features appraise 6 to 9% higher than comparable builds without them. Cedar ceilings are another weapon. Instead of drywall or exposed metal roof decking, you install tongue and groove cedar planking. This does 4 things: adds warmth through color and grain, improves acoustics by absorbing sound, releases a subtle natural scent, and introduces organic texture that breaks up the industrial feel. Cost runs $6 to $12 per square foot installed. Stone hearths and accent walls bring in the earth element. A floor-to-ceiling stone fireplace or a stone accent wall using ledgestone, river rock, or stacked slate creates a focal point that grounds the space. Stone is thermally massive, meaning it regulates temperature naturally, and it provides that raw, textured surface that your eyes find more interesting than flat drywall. Raw textures are key. Lime wash paint instead of flat latex gives walls a subtle variation in depth. Exposed brick, if you're incorporating masonry, shows natural color shifts. The principle here is imperfection. Perfectly uniform surfaces feel artificial and sterile. Natural materials have variation, and that variation is what your brain recognizes as real and comforting. Bringing the outside in. Now we get to physical connection to nature, and this is where biophilic barndominiums separate from everything else. Most homes have plants as decorations. Living barndominiums make plants architectural elements. The indoor treescape is mind-blowing. Because barndominiums are built on concrete slabs, you can design cutouts in the slab before pouring. These become sunken planters that are part of the foundation itself. You can grow actual trees inside your home. Imagine a 12-foot tall fiddle-leaf fig, or an indoor olive tree growing right out of your living room floor with a skylight above it. This isn't a potted plant you move around. This is a permanent living feature. Cost for a sunken planter? $800 to $1,500 during initial slab pour, or $2,500 to $4,000 to cut and retrofit. But the psychological impact is profound. A 2024 study showed that people with large indoor plants reported 23% reduction in perceived stress and 19% improvement in air quality satisfaction. Glass garage doors are the game changer for physical connection. Traditional garage doors are opaque barriers. Glass garage doors from companies like Clopay or Rainer are fully glazed, insulated, and allow 180-degree views even when closed. But here's the magic. When you open them, your interior space instantly expands into your outdoor space. You're letting in fresh air, natural sounds like birds or wind, and even scent from gardens or forests. Real example. A 50 by 70 Barndominium in North Carolina installed 3 10 by 10 glass garage doors on the south wall facing a courtyard garden. Total cost was $11,400 for all 3 doors installed. The result? Their effective living space feels 40% larger, and they use the open configuration 6 months of the year, essentially living indoor-outdoor. Living walls and vertical gardens take this further. You install modular planting systems on interior walls, creating vertical gardens that purify air, regulate humidity, and provide that constant visual connection to living greenery. Systems like Sage Vertical Gardens or Woolly Pocket cost $85 to $150 per square foot installed. The human scale problem. Here's where most Barndominium designs fail: spatial connection. When you have 20-foot ceilings and 60-foot open spans, the scale is inhuman. You feel small and disconnected. Biophilic design fixes this through layering and fractals. Fractal patterns are patterns that repeat at different scales, like tree branches or fern leaves. Research from 2023 shows that humans find fractal patterns in the 1.3 to 1.5 dimension range most relaxing because they mimic nature. You introduce this through rugs with organic patterns, wallpapers with botanical prints, or tile work with natural stone variation. These break up the massive scale of your walls and make spaces feel more intimate. Mezzanine gardens are brilliant. If you have a second-floor loft or mezzanine, you use the railing as a hanging garden. Trailing plants like pothos, philodendron, or string of pearls drape down from the upper level into the main living area below, creating vertical green curtains. This softens the harsh vertical lines of your steel structure and creates layers of visual interest at multiple heights. The zoning trick involves creating rooms within rooms without walls. You use area rugs, furniture arrangement, and overhead lighting to define spaces psychologically rather than physically. A conversation pit with a sunken seating area, a raised platform for the dining zone, or a reading nook defined by a wooden pergola overhead. These create human-scale zones within the massive open volume. Real build. A 60 by 80 Barndominium in Oregon used 3 distinct floor levels, varying ceiling heights from 10 feet in bedrooms to 24 feet in the living area, and 5 separate zones defined by materials and lighting rather than walls. The result feels like multiple connected spaces rather than one giant room. The why it matters: wellness and value. Let me hit you with the science that makes this worth the investment. Biophilic design isn't just trendy, it's backed by hard data. The 2026 Global Wellness Institute report showed that people living in biophilic homes have 14% better sleep quality, 18% reduction in seasonal depression, and 21% improvement in self-reported happiness compared to conventional homes. Your cardiovascular system responds measurably. Studies using heart rate variability monitors show that exposure to natural elements, views of nature, and natural materials lowers stress response. One study tracked residents for 90 days and found resting heart rates dropped an average of 6 beats per minute after moving into a biophilic home. Creativity and cognitive function improve. Natural light, views of greenery, and organic materials have been shown to increase creative problem solving by 15% and improve focus duration by 26%. If you work from home or run a business from your barndominium, this directly impacts your income potential. Now let's talk money. A living barndominium stands out dramatically in the resale market. When every other metal building home looks like a warehouse conversion, yours looks like an architectural feature in Dwell magazine. Real estate agents report that biophilic features increase buyer interest by 34% and can command 8 to 14% higher sale prices. Investment breakdown. Adding biophilic features to a standard barndominium build costs approximately 12 to 18% more upfront. For a $200,000 build, that's $24,000 to $36,000 additional. But the appraisal value increase is $16,000 to $28,000, and the wellness benefits are impossible to price. Here's my honest take. If you're building a barndominium in 2026 and you skip biophilic design, you're building an outdated structure. The cold metal box era is over. People want homes that make them feel better, not spaces that feel like working in a storage facility. The living barndominium approach isn't about spending a fortune. It's about strategic design choices. Replace one end wall with glass instead of metal. Add reclaimed beams instead of drywall ceilings. Design sunken planters into your slab. Install glass garage doors instead of solid ones. Use these 5 strategies and you transform the entire experience of living in a metal building. If you're serious about this, start with 3 things. First, orient your building to maximize southern exposure for natural light. Second, budget 15% extra for biophilic features from day one. Third, work with a designer who understands these principles, not just a metal building supplier. I want to hear from you. Are you planning a barndominium build? Which of these biophilic strategies are you most excited to try? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if this video gave you ideas you can actually use, smash that like button and subscribe, because next week I'm breaking down the exact lighting design that makes or breaks a barndominium interior, and you don't want to miss it. Thanks for watching, and remember, your home should make you healthier, not just house you. I'll see you in the next one.